Y'all, today's video has been highly requested by many of you in the comments. You want to see what my Notion wedding planning dashboard looks like, and that is exactly what we're doing today. Okay, my friends, welcome to behind the scenes of 'Cause We Can events. So, as you may have heard in past videos, I have no longer subscribed to Aisle Planner or Honeybook or any other CRM like that. I am now fully on Notion. Now, I still do my invoicing and contract work through rock, paper, coin, but the actual client work is happening on Notion. So the wonderful brains behind She Creates Management is Ania, and she went ahead and created this amazing portal for me. It is fully custom. I had never used Notion before, and I will say there is a learning curve, but once you're familiar with it, there is so much you can do. So let me take you around. So our client portal, basically when you are a planner on my team, you get access to your own dashboard. We're going to take a look at mine. In my dashboard, I have all of my current active clients, but in each portal, let's go to this one. We have some general information, and then we have a series of boards here. So all my clients get a checklist, and these are things that I can sort by the client's checklist, or I can sort by all tasks, and they're assigned to either the planner, the group, so that means the planner and the client, or just the client. And I basically automated this that it defaults to a certain number of weeks before the wedding as to when it's due. Like a year before the wedding, you got to set a budget. And if I want to change that, so if they basically didn't hire us until 6 months out, I can go in and update the date myself and change that and kind of override the due date. Then we also have vendor details. So the cool thing about this is we have all the clients' vendors in one section, but right below it, we have our vendor suggestions. Now, this is linked to what we're calling the vendor black book over here. And anytime a new vendor inquires with us, we just automatically put them in our vendor black book so that if I need to search, like if I'm running out of ideas for a client and I want to search cake, then it's going to pop up with all of these dessert vendors that we've plugged in. And then I can kind of sort it by location. I can sort it by, I don't know, if I remember their first name and I want to find that person. And then I can click into them and just kind of see all of their information. Okay, great. They're based in Knoxville. If I have a note to put in, I can. And basically, that's how I can do a lot of my vendor research for my couples. Once I found a vendor, I basically just kind of drag it up to the client's portion, and then we can see which ones they have officially booked and which ones they're considering. Once they've booked, we just click that off. We have a notes section. In the notes section, I have several things. I have just a basic meetings recap. I just type some notes, and I often have Gemini record our Google Meet notes in here. And so for that, I just have all that listed and a quick link for me to get that. I have a design questionnaire that I basically asked them for our full service clients. They fill that in when they're ready. I have a packing list. And again, for full service clients, I kind of help them with this. I do most of that and I'll plug that in as we go along. Catering, this was just some overall notes. Again, sometimes I just create my own separate notes. Okay, I'm going to show you the budget tab in a template portal because I don't want to share personal information about my clients. So basically our budget tab, this is where I felt like it was a huge learning curve at first, but it's much clearer to me now. So basically what we would do is we put in our client's estimated budget. And then this would kind of calculate everything as we go along. And we would add basically our estimates for, okay, cake would be here. Let's say we're guessing it's 1,000, but it's coming back at 600. The difference, what we've paid so far, what's due is going to be added here. Now, here's what's cool is I can go ahead and tag a vendor. Basically, I would have to add the vendor to the portal. And since this is just a kind of a pre-selected page with just my company, then it wouldn't auto populate here. But once I selected the vendor, I can create an invoice. And down here, it would have an invoice for me. So it would say, set the number one, the first deadline. So, okay, great. Let's say invoice number one is actually the deposit is $100 and that's due on the 13th. Great. And then it's going to ask me to create my other invoices. So the second one would be 500 and that deadline is, I don't know, the following week. So it's going to tell me when number one is due, when number two is due. When I pay this one, boop, that's paid. Great. This one paid. All paid. Like, I love that. That's awesome. Okay. And then, so that's really the budget. And this is just fun for us to track as a team and also for the clients to have access to this as we go along. And we can create a ton more categories. These are just the basic ones that we use most of the time, but we can always create more. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is the timeline. So this is really cool. It's an update that we made this year. In the timeline, we would fill out, of course, the names up here. And what we've done is we've created different tabs because I found that specifically photographers and caterers want to have a very clear and specific timeline to them, as opposed to sorting through the master timeline that's like a ton of information. I also found that it's really helpful to do a wedding party timeline. And then the wedding VIPs, I may be combining the two, but the VIPs would be maybe family and giving them like the shuttle times and photo times. And then the wedding party would be slightly different because they have hair and makeup and stuff like that. So essentially what we do is this would be like the rehearsal day. This would be the wedding day. And we create just a bunch of new pages and we would put the time, we would put what's happening, the location, if that's important. And the most important part is who is involved. So I can tag more than one if it's like photo video arrives and they need to be, at the bridal suite. So then when the photo video team sorts it to their timeline, they just see their arrival time and where they need to be. Now, the other cool thing is I'm not going to download this as a PDF because obviously they can't click through that. So what we do with Notion is you share it and you publish it as a website. So the cool thing about this is once we've created all the main timelines, you are ready to publish it in order for it to show up as a live timeline and resource for your team. So basically, you copy the URL, plug it in. This is the one that you would give to your vendor team, and they get it as a viewable timeline on their phone or laptop. And then they can go and sort it by what's relevant to them. So photographers, they just may want to see the photographer timeline, catering may want to see the catering timeline, or they can just toggle back to the full wedding day just to see what's coming up next. And I really like that because the other thing too is like the wedding party and the VIPs, they're just going to want to see certain items. They don't need to see the whole thing, but if they wanted to, they have access to it. And they can't edit anything, but I can live edit on my end. If I need to make a last minute change, I can start doing that for them. And then they can see the updated one as soon as they log into the website. The only other the other two tabs that we have here is the guests. So this one originally, we used to have a spreadsheet of sorts that we would have people fill out, but we realized that having them do this on their own computer with an Excel spreadsheet or a Google sheet was much easier for them. So we basically just said, we're going to embed your Google sheet in here for us to access it, but we'll just link it to your original one instead of trying to build our own thing. So that's just the easiest way. And then layout and seating. Now, I will say this is the one that we haven't found like a built-in app for this. So Notion, of course, is more of like a CRM database thing, but they're not known for graphic design or layouts. So we've left this blank because we have created some layouts in both Prism or even Canva. I have some ways of doing some layouts in Canva. I'm not opposed to paying for Prism if that ends up being the best way to do it. And sometimes the venues want to provide the layout. So we haven't had to pay for the layouts in Prism yet, but I also see that as the potential next step. So then back on their main portal page, this is what the couple gets to see. They have their photo. We'll have quick links to all these things. And then of course they have like a budget breakdown. They'll be able to see based off of what we filled in their budget tab, what this is going to start to look like for them and a kind of a quick look at where they're at. Of course, you can customize this however you want, like important dates, phase 1 call, or design call, planning call number 1, planning call number 2, however you want to do it. And then the clients to dos are going to populate here. Upcoming for the month will populate here. And then I do embed the mood board for our full service clients. So I create them on Canva and I will basically just paste it here, sort of like the layout situation, and they will be able to see it auto populated here. And then of course they can click on it and see it in Canva as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I could go deep into this, and I think the cool thing is that it's super customizable. Like if you work with Ania, and I will link all of her info below, she will design it in a way that makes sense for your brain. And that's what's so cool about Notion is like you can design the interface however you want and make it as simplified or as complex and as detailed as you need it to be for your team. If you want a deeper dive into any of these sections, and there's even some parts that I didn't talk about, please let me know in the comments, especially members. I can do like board by board and take you through how I onboard a client, how I take them through it, and all that kind of stuff. Let me know. I love talking about this stuff. I think it's always cool to see what other planners are doing in terms of their back end and what tools works for their brain. So there you have it. I hope this was helpful. As always, please subscribe. Let me know that you like this video. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, I would love to create more from you. And until then, I'll see you next week.